So I think we are live. Hello, hello. Yes, we are. This is the Drivers Room 2-hour Endurance Championship. We're currently in qualifying for the main race, which will be kicking off in approximately 5 minutes. We've got all of the Group 3 GT3 cars running in. The race has been set up by Mongino, many of you might know him. But we've got teams from BMW, Aston Martin, Audi, Lexus, Ferrari, Mazda and Chevrolet.
And I'm Flapjack, I'm here too. Good to meet you.
Yeah, I was sorry Flapjack, I haven't introduced you. Oh, awesome! Alex has just got on pole in the Ferrari. What I was hearing in the drivers' chat earlier in the week, the Ferrari is really difficult to drive, but it does come down with a good lap time if you can get it hooked up.
Yeah, a bit like Sunday then. Ferrari difficult to drive.
Oh, Alex is known for loving a drifty car, so I can imagine him and the Ferrari get on really well.
Anthony's just gone faster again by about 2 times. The Aston.
Let's see if we can ride on board.
Nessie's done 2 personal bests this lap.
Let's go back on board with Nessie then.
Yeah. The last sector or so.
Oh, it looks like he's... Oh, I've just had a bit of lag. It's quite a lot of lag actually.
There's Mr. Sean's just gone in the pits, so he's going to come out with fresh tyres and like low fuel. So maybe in like the lap we'll be going for another.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to be setting up for their final run. Sean's in the pits.
2 thousandths of a second faster. That was last
Oh, and Gavin's lost it into the left-hander. Have to bear with me, I don't know any of the corner names at Spa.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. We'll probably get Eau Rouge wrong. Radion. That's a classic mistake.
Nothing a quick Google won't solve.
Hopefully Nessie's going a wee bit quicker this lap.
Two minutes. I don't think I can get rid of the party chat, but I don't think that's going to be a problem when we're on the race.
Oh, the chat on the left. So I think this is Alex coming up to start his last lap.
pole man. I think it's going to be a tight one between Leonessi and Alex.
Yeah.
Alex is the Sunday champion, but Leonessi's been really pushing it in D-Rec recently.
Yeah.
I don't know what
And
Gemini, Gavin or Dragonheart will be like.
Just put it off.
Well, Anthony's gone back and put it on pole.
Yeah, we forgot about him.
Has he been in the pits and that's why it's not come out?
He's got he's got all his fuel in his car. So
Alex has just got a penalty that's going to end that lap.
Yeah.
Leonessi has gone into the pits for another set of tyres.
Not too sure if Anthony just came out of the pits just after his fastest lap, but he's got like a full tank of fuel on my screen, so he is going that quick on full fuel. I'd say he's probably got a good shout. But we'll see.
Oh, it's gone back in the pits. Well, he's registering as the fastest lap on my screen. 1 minute to go. This is going to be everyone's last lap if they get one.
Yeah.
See if Jason can get put a better lap in.
He's in the right laps, so everyone seems to be on the right laps, so there's GT Gavin's the next one up who's looking to put a time in.
It does look like there's the top three, a little bit of a gap, 4th and 5th, and then another big gap for the rest of the field. So we could see some team tactics coming into play when lap cars come up. Chicane.
Put himself up with a spot or two.
Is he going to get a better?
Ah, well.
Didn't manage to make any further up. Trying to check with Jason.
I think the Ferraris look like they've got the best team so far.
Yeah, you've got Coolio and Alex in the top 5. Jason doesn't manage to improve. Ricky goes into the pits. Right, that looks like that's it. There's the pole man.
I think we'll find pretty much all the drivers have opted to go for racing sauce, apart from the Audi of Mr. Sean and the Lexus and the 8 of Dragonheart.
Can you see it in the live timing? Yeah, I can't skip to it. That's the one thing I was hoping that I'd be able to do that I can't do, is have a 2-screen kind of setup of some kind. But it's either show the live timing or show the race, and so I'll pick the race.
Here
we go.
Between the race.
10 seconds. Now hopefully turn one lap 1 isn't going to be the carnage that everyone's fearing.
Well, I mean, we've got a 2-hour race, so they should be a bit patient at the start. It's typically the way it goes, but we'll see.
Anthony on pole, Alex on 2nd, Leonessi 3rd, Sean 4th. They're the 4 to watch. 2 hours, lights are red. And the lights are out. Oh, there's a fast start from the Mazdas. The Audi's getting a really bad start from Mr. Sean. He's dropping down the order. He's down into 7th now, I think. And And Alex has gone around the outside of Anthony into... Oh, and there's a spin from Gavin. There is carnage. Can I jump back and see what's just happened there? I can.
We've got Alex,
I could jump back.
We've got Alex and Anthony battling for the lead. Alex has taken the lead.
So what happened here? Oh, there's a big sandwich right into the first corner and Gavin comes out worst.
Alex has got a good lead here.
I was pulled out a second already.
Yeah, Leonessi ended up getting up ahead. Anthony and Alex were going up the straight, but it seemed like Anthony just stood down towards the end of the straight for some reason.
Top three are pulling away slightly, aren't they? Straight away. Tom's jumped right up the order in the Mazda.
Oh, he's up to fourth. Behind some very quick drivers.
Oh, Gavin's unhappy about that start, I think.
I think it's because he thinks it's an hour later. I'm not too sure. You mentioned 8:15 there.
Anthony's coming back in on Leonessi. On board.
We'll have the slipstream coming out next straight here.
Yeah, right on board with Anthony. I think that's going to be... See if you can get him down into the chicane. You can tuck in up behind the BMW. The Aston's got a lot more power, so you should be able to catch him right up.
We've got a 4-car battle here for 7th place. Between Mr. Sean, Gemini, Jason, Dragonheart.
Oh, we thought
the last corner.
Thinks about the move, doesn't go for the move, settles back in. He's going to go for it. He's going for it into the turn one. Oh, Gavin sat on the apex, on the outside. I think he's called it.
So he's a lap down. We'll see. See if he wants to get started again. Maybe in an hour or so.
It's definitely a 7:15 start. I don't know if he's missed daylight savings. It's a little while ago.
Hey, like, we're on like isolation, so if he doesn't go outside, you just go tell him. No, I genuinely think he thought it was full past it.
Right, that one done. Let's do a quick rundown of the order. We've got Alex in first place. Anthony catching him up in second now that he's got past Leonessi, who's in third. Tom Nixon in fourth in the Mazda. Had a great start, he's managed to live, but he's caught a little bit in no man's land right now in fourth place. Fifth,
seems to be quite still near the 7th place.
Fifth, you've got Nipperdog, then closely followed by Coolio. Then, oh, Mr. Sean, Dragonheart, and Nissan Elvis all in a big three-way. Dragonheart's picked up a small penalty. A little bit of contact. Let's allow Gemini back into it.
This is allowing Sean to get ahead and try and catch up to the next two cars.
Yeah, just in that little
mediums, so.
in that couple of turns, just let Sean really get away. So Sean, the only one running mediums in the whole field right now.
There's two, that's Sean and Dragonheart. So those two, up to a lap ago, were pretty much neck and neck, but Sean's pulled out a bit of the lead for the medium tyre runners. I'll be going a bit deeper into this then.
A small mistake from Elvis, and got a big three-way battle going into the source. Track map's paying off. I know you can see the corners. Oh, and there's a bit of a clash there.
Check the lead. Might have a go on here. Anthony's about 4 tenths back from Alex now.
right out behind him. Well, the Ferrari's good, the Aston's not going to be so good, and when the Aston's really powerful and in a straight line, it's going to catch the Ferrari, so this could be quite a good little battle here. No team bias that I want Alex to come out on top, but...
And he doesn't like a Ferrari.
They do look really... Both cars look very good. The paint jobs that everyone's pulled out at such short notice are amazing.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 days. See how the teams go, because...
Oh, Alex has gone really wide. Let's let Anthony through.
That's with the Ferrari, it's a wee bit unstable,
Yeah.
so sometimes
Go back and watch that again. What happened? Get on board. Oh, he just gets the slide on. He has to correct, and that pushes him wide onto the gravel, and Anthony sneaks through.
We've got Anthony first, Alex second, and at the back we've got their teammates, Gavin, and Jason's just got ahead of Ricky there, but he was sitting second to last just before the end of this. I feel like we're missing a car. I think we're missing a BMW possibly. Yeah, we're missing the second BMW driver.
We are, aren't we? Yeah. Maybe that's the 8:15 start issue. So let's quickly run down the hood again. We got distracted. We got distracted, right? So it's Anthony first, Alex second, Leonessi third, then a gap to Tom in fourth, fifth is Nipperdog, followed by Kula in sixth, followed by Mr. Sean in seventh. Eighth we've got Elvis, ninth Gemini, again another gap to Jason, who's been followed by Dragonheart now on the mediums. Ricky in 12th, and then GT Gavin just parked on the side of the road at the source. We are missing a driver, definitely.
Alex does his tyres are wearing down a bit more than Anthony, but these two battling up front, Leonessi's tyres are holding up a bit better than both of them, so they might come closer together.
It'd be interesting. I know Leonessi tends to be a little bit softer on his tyres than some of the other drivers. Alex definitely burns through them, and the Ferrari is awful on its rears.
It seems like a terrible mix, doesn't it, Alex and Ferrari?
That's the luck of the draw. You didn't get to choose. Gadget's balls of fortune.
Mr. Sean's starting to close up to the back of Coolio here. His tyres look like they haven't been used yet. Coolio's on mediums as well. I think he started near the back. No, I think he got a late qualifying lap in, but he's on mediums as well. So we've got those two, and then the rest ahead are on softs.
But Alex has pitted already.
Has he?
See where he comes back out. So we're on board with Mr. Sean right now.
I think he's going to come out with this grip just ahead of Sean with Sean.
Yeah. I'm just staying on board with Sean now, just expecting to see where he comes out.
Just ahead of them. It's come out the head, so he's...
Oh, he's come out. He's come out way ahead as he skipped third place.
Yeah, I think the front three were about 10 seconds clear of the next group of cars.
Yeah, so
by the time he pitted there.
Yeah, he's lost 10. Well, he's 10 seconds back from the leader now. So it'll be interesting to see how kind of tyre strategy plays out. Whether you just kind of go for it and do as many pit stops as you need, or be a little bit more conservative and see if you can push the tyre line.
I feel like the driver doing best on his tyres is Mr. Sean, probably again, even though he's in the Audi, which isn't always the best. He's got the best tyres out of anyone I see at the minute. Apart from Alex, has just come.
He's got brand new. He's definitely catching the two in front.
Oh, he's taking the second out of Anthony already. I reckon that'll be enough to come out ahead if these two when these two pit.
.666 number of the beast, Mr. Sean. I think the only problem that Sean might have is he's going to catch these two cars in front and they're going to hold him up if they don't pit as well. He's got Nipperdog and Coolio and he's definitely reeling them in.
If you close up here into this braking zone with these two battling, then they get a good run up towards the Rouge, then onto the main straight.
The Lexus in an Audi sandwich.
Yeah, you think the two teammates might help them out a bit, help themselves out a bit here.
Nipperdog goes wide. Coolio sneaks up the inside, down into Eau Rouge. Then the two teammates are going to come together. They are nose to tail through Eau Rouge. That is brave.
Thankfully, they both got through okay.
Yeah, we didn't see a Red Bull incident.
Yeah.
And Nipperdog comes out with some supreme pace out of Eau Rouge and goes straight back past Coolio.
We have a freeway battle here for 9th place.
Skip back to 9.
I don't know how Dragon Hearts ended up back there.
Did you have a mistake earlier?
Gemini's just on fresh tyres, so he's just pitted, so he should clear these two. But yeah, it looks like Ricky and Dragon Heart have to sort the differences out here.
See how quickly Gemini decides he wants to get past Ricky. They're back on board with Gemini. Oh, Ricky goes a little bit wide, he loses the rear end. You can hear Gemini really pushing the gears of the Mazda. And he's dropped back.
Leah Nessie going for a move for first place, potentially. It's amazing. Alex is now 4 seconds behind him.
And Anthony pits.
He pits. Leader pits. Alex definitely
has really caught up in that.
Yeah, he's 4 seconds behind them there.
Yeah. That's the difference of those tyres.
But you can see he's still using them up, so might have to end up hitting a wee bit more during this race. Got quite a lot of people in the pits there. Anthony just coming out behind two Audis.
He's come out behind the two Audis. So Sean's jumped Nipperdog in that whole process. Maybe that's a bit of team orders.
He's still got loads of tyres left, loads of fuel. His tyres are looking almost as good as Alex ahead of him, and he's right pitted.
I don't know how he's managed to keep that Audi so light on its tyres. See if I can show it up.
And loads of fuel. He's got twice the amount of fuel as his teammate behind him.
Yeah, so if I Sean's barely 20% done on the tyres really. Nipdog double practically. And then Alex exactly the same, so he's used up those softs as much as Sean has used his mediums. Light on fuel, light on tyres, and quick. I think Mr. Shaw might be the one to watch if he can keep the strategy together. Let's get rid of that.
Saying maybe a lap or two if Lynn SE doesn't pit, because he doesn't need to really. Then Alex should be trying to overtake him. Should probably dive into the pits though. Nope,
Yeah.
he's staying out.
Just staying out. There's a. He's got enough of a gap at the moment that he's probably just about okay to come out back in third place. Anthony's not managed to really close in as much as I was expected on these two Audis. They both go into the pits, and Sean has gone off, and then Nipperdog goes in the pits. Oh, it's a rare mistake. Let's see if I can skip back and see what happened there.
I reckon one of them tried to go in the pits and got in everyone's way.
Sean just got a bit of a tank slapper in the chicane and then blocked the pit entry for Nipperdog. So, it's a nightmare for the Audi team.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Sean was about 16 seconds behind Alex there, and now he's 2 seconds behind Anthony, who's about 20 seconds behind Alex.
Alex picking up another small penalty. There's obviously a little bit of corner cutting going on.
Dragonheart's finally decided the pits. So I think it's Mr. Sean is just the only driver who hasn't pitted yet.
So Nipper's come back out in 7th.
Full tank of fuel.
3-way battle might happen again.
Anthony decided to go for mediums in the pits there, so he's not in sauce anymore. He's going for a different strategy.
He's really dropped back since the pit stop. Did he take on a lot of fuel? Is he running a lot lighter than...
Oh, well, Alex is running a lot lighter. Anthony's got obviously full tank and Alex is...
Okay, that makes more sense. I was wondering why he's so far back, given that they
Check Alex though, because he's going for the lead now.
There we go.
Up.
I think it's better off going past into Eau Rouge.
Get the slipstream here.
Can he use the slipstream? He just drives straight past. And Leonesi tucks back in.
You have to come in at the end of the lap, if not the next though.
To burn his tyres, you can see that it's sliding again. The Ferrari looks like a real handful.
See how the strategies go, but I believe Alex might be just fueling his car for the race and soft stint, and then he's going to be pitting very frequently.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah,
You don't want to be carrying more weight than you need to.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's been talking to his team partner, Mr. Plux, working out what the best strategy will be.
mean, obviously Leonesi hasn't pitted yet.
Has he not pitted? Oh, he hasn't pitted at all, has he?
No. Interesting the next stint between these two, because they both have to pit in the next 2 laps or so. Pretty much should be neck and neck for the next 20 minutes or so. Yep, both
Just as you say it, Nessie goes in, Alex goes in. Oh, 3% left. It really is going to the note.
I think they'll come out ahead of Anthony. Anthony's only come
back on board with Anthony. Let's see where he come out.
Nessie has 15 litres of fuel, Donuts and 3. We've taken quite a while to refuel here, so Anthony's going to get the lead. For how long? Not too sure. Alex has just been released.
Oh, he's going to come past.
Yeah, Nessie.
See Nessie coming out of the pits there. Anthony's long up the road.
There's nothing to split those two.
Oh, pits. What a release.
I don't think anyone's going for too wide through there today.
Not this early on. Maybe in the next hour we'll see someone go too wide. Anthony's come out 4 seconds ahead.
4 cars coming out of the pits up to Rouge. None of them battling though.
The dog might be on the dog might be on for a move here. Coolio's signalling to go past. And the dog breezes on by.
We've got Sean coming out just out of the pits with fresh tyres behind him as well. So those two are ahead.
We're up to 5 viewers. I think it's the most my channel's ever seen. Good to have you with us. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Let us know in the chat if you are, if you aren't, if you're spotting anything. I'm sure Flapjack and I will miss something.
Probably.
7 in the chat.
5th place, looks like there's a battle there.
I'm trying to keep my eye on the map and...
Hey mate, how's things now?
I might have to turn the chat off. I don't know if you can hear that as well.
Tom's coming in the pits. See if any of these drivers have got the jacket. Probably about 3 or 4 cars battling for 4th place.
Yeah, I've just got that look on the screen now. I'm not sure if the Mazda's really got the pace to get by.
Yeah,
yes, it does. But no, once he's got alongside, he can't hold it. He goes round the outside. What a move. If he can hold it together. Oh, a bit of a slide on. But he's got it done. That was a great move by Gemini to take 4th. I like driving the Mazda, use it in a couple of the things, but it is rear tail happy. If you're not careful on the acceleration and it's always when you're trying to get by someone, you just put the power down a little bit too quickly and it spits it back at you.
Yeah, usually it's one of those cars you want to enter those low speed hairpins and stuff in second gear and just lever it in.
Nipperdog's trying to go around the outside, doesn't quite make it.
Alex is getting very close to Anthony. Bargo try to overtake the start of this next lap. Oh, Anthony's off into pits, so
Alex is going to take the lead back again.
Alex. Very close now. Oh, there's Killio's just taking out Nipperdog, who's just taking out...
Oh no, what's happened there?
Yeah, I think if you rewind it, it was...
I'm going to go on the replay.
Yeah.
So we've got Nipperdog coming into the chicane, to the bus stop. Oh, and it's actually Coolio. Gives him a nudge.
And Sean's just left way up from him.
And then everyone's got, oh wait.
So that's worked out well for Gemini. Mr. Sean, he's got a few positions as well. Obviously a very fresh car, so it's a good position to be in for this stage of the race for him.
Audi's looking a little bit worse wear now. The paint's not quite so clean after a couple of those accidents.
Yeah, and Mazda as well looks a bit beaten up.
Spread the field out a little bit again there. So everyone's close. But no one's quite got a move ready to go yet. Let's run back down the order. We've got Alex out in front, 2-second lead over Leonesi. He's got a nearly 20-second lead over Anthony, who's just been in the pits. So he's looking to make that time back up. Then fourth, we've got Gemini, who's come out from the back of the field and just plugged away with the laps and kept it clean. Mr. Sean in fifth. The second Mazda of Mr. Tom Nixon in sixth. Elvis in the Corvette in seventh. Nipperdog in the Audi, closely followed by Coolio actually in ninth. So stay on board with these two, so you might get a
Coolio's got a much fresher car here.
Short downshift. Can't quite get close enough into the bus stop. He has to think about it, just shows him the nose. But that Audi's got such good drive out of the corner, he's gone.
Gemini has pitted, so that'll promote Sean up to fourth. I mean, he's about 16 seconds behind the front three. There's a Maz that's just gone flying off at turn one.
Oh.
Oh, that was Jason. I don't know who that was. Came up saying left.
Tom's just left the room. Exit stage left. Maybe that was the Mazda going off.
Yeah.
I can't catch it anyway.
It was Curtis when he went into the pits, so I was like, how on earth did he go off at turn one? But yeah, it seems like a disconnect there.
That's a shame.
An hour and a half in. First DNF.
Plus two drivers. Ricky's coming out of the pits.
There's the BMW that didn't make it. Then there's the Ferrari who did the start but got it wrong. I think he was away having coffee.
Yeah.
And now we've just had the second Mazda, the blue Mazda of Tom disconnect. So.
Disconnect. Down to 10 drivers.
Yeah. An hour and a half left.
He's joined the room again, but you can only spectate. Join us on the stream, Tom. fields are really spread out right now, I think, as we're going through all these pit stops. Anthony
Oh,
Sean
Nipperdog's
really.
just spun. 6th place. Then the
See if we
wall.
can see what's happened. Good
He's still
catch.
getting his car squared out.
Back on the replay. Oh, he just got it on the carpet on the outside, and that sent the car spinning round. It's lost him about 10 seconds to Coolio, so he's going to have to put all that work back in again. Corvettes seem to really be struggling around here. They look good, but they're not so quick. My Nipperdog goes into the pits. Must have been the tyres.
Should come out around where Jason is, I believe. Maybe just ahead of him.
Yeah, Jason's just coming down the start-finish straight now.
Comes free T1. Nipperdog's just left his pit box.
Oh, he's come and chip on by.
And
So he's
I
up
mean, a
into
few
8th.
laps ago, the gap was about 10 seconds to Elvis for Jason, so he's closing in a bit. Seems like he's been having a good
Oh, he
second
just
stint.
gets a little bit of a wobble on through Eau Rouge. Nearly catches him out, but he's definitely catching the guys in front. I think the closest battle on track right now is actually the two in the lead.
Yeah, between Alex and Nessie. Both pitted at the same time. So, is that Alex in the pits?
It's going in the pits again, I think it is, yeah. Just jump
I
back
think
in.
I think he's confident with his car to go about twice as far as Alex is confident to go with his car.
Tom got kicked. The lockdown problem, everyone's using their internet. So where's Alex going to come out? It's only a quick pit stop, so he's coming back just 7 seconds back, and he had 2 seconds before he went in, so he's losing about 10 seconds in the pit stops.
I don't think he put any fuel in at all. Yeah.
Is he double stinting the fuel and single stinting the tyres?
It's working well for him.
Just drive as fast as you can, and until you can't drive fast anymore, then put some new boots on and go as fast as you can again. A different style of endurance racing to some of the other guys, I think. It's definitely working for him. He's already reeling Nessie back in. He's taken second out of him since coming out of the pits.
In half a lap. Pretty good. Not many incidents to note for the front two. Both of their cars look brand new.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Nipperdog's caught right up to Jason again. Down in 8th. It's got the slipstream, but I don't think it's going to be quite close enough. See if the Audi can reel that Aston Martin in. Gets a bit of a slide on. Do the hairpin. I believe this corner used to be called No Name, but I think it's called something else now. Turn 11.
Oh.
Round poo on. Oh, Jason gets a big slide on. He manages to save it. He's gonna have dirty tyres. I think he's got dirty tyres or something. Maybe the tyres are just falling off. Oh, and Nipperdog goes wide.
Yeah, almost did the same thing he did to get in this situation.
A couple of laps ago, yeah.
It's just very aggressive through those corners.
It's almost a exact replay because he was right behind Jason before and then spun. He obviously he's able to get through there a lot quicker than Jason gets the idea of an overtake and on the loud pedal too much. He's gonna make the move into the bus stop. Shows in the inside, but then Jason goes wide. And Nipperdog gets the move done.
Leonessi's about 5 seconds ahead of Alex now, so I'm not too sure how long it was since we last checked. Maybe a lap. That's probably about 2
and he had
seconds.
7, so he's had 2 seconds in the lap. And then, this battle for 7th is the one to watch, I think, right now. Or 8th rather. Jason's. Oh, is he going past? I didn't think he was going to make the move there.
It looked like he wanted to.
That Aston's obviously got a lot of power, a lot more grunt than the Audi.
It's Colleen. It's
I
Colleen.
believe that's still the old Aston.
Yeah, it's the Vantage rather than the DBR9. I think it's the one everyone still wants to drive. Just dropping away a little bit now. Oh, his tyres dropping off. Yeah, I think he's probably at the end of his tyre life. Maybe a couple more laps.
Hampton's coming to the pits again. It's quite interesting. It's about 12 seconds behind Alex when he made that pit stop. Yeah, I think Anthony's fallen back from the front too.
Yeah. He was on mediums earlier and he's switched to the
Back
softs.
to sauce. Oh,
He's gone back to mediums. Is he going to get ahead of Sean? I think he is. I think he's clean ahead of Sean. Let's go round. Yeah.
Sean 116.
2.5 seconds now the gap on front two.
Thanks, Plux. I think that's X. It's turn 11. Well, Alex is right up, close right up, isn't he? Did Nessie make a mistake?
Nope. This is just
Sheer raw pace.
yeah. I mean, on fuel, they'll have to pit around the same time.
Oh, he's gonna. Oh, he's on the grass.
That was a close one.
That was very close. I'm just gonna go back and watch that again. I think that's how close that was, and he makes a great move into the.
It worked for him
straight.
It works for him quite well. He ends up getting the lead by the end of the straight. So.
Here we go, replay. Nessie gets a bit of a wiggle on, and Alex decides to go round the outside. Nessie gives him no room at all. Pushes him onto the grass.
So we've got Coolio in the pits.
Elvis, I think Elvis is too far back to push himself up.
Jason's in the pits as well. He was falling back a bit from Nipperdog.
Oh, it's close. Coolio's come out just behind Elvis. Is he going to be able to chase him up the hill?
He didn't chase. He's should have the pace to do this. I think he's a whole stint ahead of Elvis.
The Lexus should have the power. Can he close in? I think he's not quite close enough.
If there was one car Elvis would be in this grid, it would be the Chevrolet.
I think it's the best looking car. No matter what paint job we put on it. Kudo's got right up to Elvis. Nessie's in the pits. Alex has stayed out. Staying on with this battle between Kudo and Elvis for a little bit. I think it's probably going to build up towards the bus stop.
So
Kudo can get alongside here. He tries to go round the outside. Cuts back. No. Elvis closes the door. Manages to get it done before we even get to Blancpain. Well, Elvis comes straight into the pits, so it could be his tyres done. Yes, he does. Straight in.
We just come out of the pits at the end. Sean, 4th place, with Kilio about 7
just
seconds
turning.
behind.
Oh, and Gemini's just come out just in front of him as well. So Gemini and Kudo look like they're on similar strategies, maybe 1 or 2 laps apart. They seem to be been together most of the race so far.
We'll see what happens, because Alex is going to pit at the end of the lap here, and Liam Nessie's done the undercut slightly. I can see he's getting on the time. Maybe about a second and half a lap. So he might come out ahead of him after pits. So far, about 45 minutes in, these two still kind of look like they're still settling. He's still winning this one.
Anthony's just 5 seconds back now on Leonessi, so he might be being able to reel them in. All 1% fuel left for Alex as he comes into the pits. That's going to be a long stint in the pits, I think, so we're definitely going to get all 3 of these cars back together, I think.
Now we'll see what Alex does here. Does he fill up the full way, which will probably bring him away around the same as Leonessi, or will he take half a tank? Yeah. I think Leonessi just got a guy ahead of him.
Can't see them, and we're going to see him coming out the pits.
Oh,
it's so close. I think Leonessi's going to keep the lead. Yes, he does. And we're going to get another repeat of the run through Eau Rouge. I think Alex is just a little bit far back. Is he going to be able to do it under the brakes against that Z4? Just making sure he keeps his car in the right place so far. Slightly defensive, but not really too much. That's keeping Alex behind just for now. I think he is really pushing to get past. And he's made the move stick, has he? Through the complex. Alex is back in the lead. I think he's probably going to pull away a little bit now from Lunesi.
That might be the move that sort of releases Alex and allows him to sort of take away a bit more, sort of take off a bit more this stint. Maybe sort of put some daylight between them.
They're fighting, but they're managing to keep it pretty clean when they do, and so they're not losing much time to Anthony in third. He's caught maybe half a second this lap, just from that little bit of battling, but they're pulling back away again.
First back marker coming up, I think. Is it? No. I seen the blue flag there. Wasn't right. I don't know why the blue flag was there.
Yeah, I just saw that as well.
Seeing goes.
Oh no, Nessie's...
drivers.
Is Nessie gonna do the same to Alex this round? Does the Z4 have the pace through a Rouge? Along the Kemmel Straight. He's definitely within the range. This is all going to be brakes.
Nah, not close enough.
He hasn't got the power. The Ferrari just cruised up behind the BMW earlier on the last lap, but he can't get close enough.
Top speed on the Z4 is never his best.
Retro livery though.
If I'll be honest, I think that's my favourite livery. I'm not too sure what the thing is on the bonnet, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. Don't know what that thing is though.
Can I show everyone what it is? I can. I think it's an old Listerine mascot, but I'm not sure on that one. Very 80s, 90s. It does look more like the Pink Panther. Yeah, Alex managed to open the gap up by half a second or so. I think that's going to be enough to break the toe, and he's going to be up the road. Right, so Alex in first, Lunesi in second, Anthony in third, dropping back since he's had a pit stop, and so he's dropped back. He's now half a minute back. Sean in fourth, another little way down the road on his own. Then Gemini, Coolio in sixth, Elvis in seventh, Nipperdog in eighth, Jason in ninth, and Ricky in 10th. Drop back to watch Sean for a bit. See what this gap's like between the three cars here outside the podium places.
Yep, the closest battles for the lead still.
Yeah, I think so. Anthony's still running with our fastest lap of the race so far. I wonder if any of these guys are going to get near it. These two are the closest on track and at the front, so that is the exciting bit to watch. Oh, Alex runs wide. He's run really wide. really wide.
Finds his way back to the track.
And Leonis is right back on him. I think he's managed to get away with that one.
I'm seeing starting to notice that Alex is short shifting quite early. Both of them fuel saving.
guess once he breaks the toe, he's just trying to minimise that fuel that he's burning, try and eke out a few extra laps, see if he can make it work for him. I thought Nessie would go a little bit longer on his stint in the last phase than Alex, so I was a bit surprised that he managed to go one more. That'll keep these tyres, so he's got a lap fresher tyres for this stint, which might help him towards the end. I think both of them have just committed to running the softs for now. That seems to be paying off. Nessie again in the toe, but he just can't get close enough. Let's get back to 4th. How's that battle looking? I think it's still kind of as it was. 4th Sean, 5th Gemini, 6th Coolio. That Jägermeister Lexus is looking a little bit battered.
Yeah, whole field's pretty spread out.
Yeah.
The battle's good.
Jason looks like he's catching Ricky for the battle for 9th and 10th for the wooden spoon. Two very bright cars. Two drivers that do like a bright car. I'm surprised Jason didn't put any flames on the Aston.
I'm sure he would have crafted that.
Hasn't quite managed to get the slipstream just yet.
This might be a battle sort of appearing. We've got Mr. Sean in 4th place, Gemini is now about 3 seconds behind him.
Yeah.
So maybe in the wee while.
I'm just keeping my eye on it.
Yeah.
We're in that phase of the race where I think everyone's starting to find their rhythm, finding their pace. Coolio pits from 6th. So that's going to take him out of that little battle that was developing. Jason's definitely closing in on Ricky right now. He's taken half a second out of him this lap. I think he'll be right in the toe along the Kemble Straight as we go into the next lap.
Oh, he's...
What happened there?
kind of stuck it down the inside and then had second thoughts.
Is he going to have another look into turn 1 to the source? He's on the outside. Ricky goes defensive but goes wide and Jason's through.
Yeah.
Alright, let's have another quick look back at what happened into the corner. Or he looked up the inside and then thought better of it and just pulled out. That's a good drive from Jason there, just being patient and looking for the next opportunity he had. But is Ricky going to have another go at him down the straight?
Up at the lead, we've got Alex into pits, so
Yeah.
we'll see how Leonesi goes for it, because he might just, you know, stay out. Or will he pit soon as well? Because they're pretty close. Just up ahead, you've got Nipper Dog overtaking Elvis.
Good spot. Oh, and I've just caught it. Just caught the move. See if we can catch the replay.
And Elvis goes.
There we go. There's the move. Nipper gives a flash of the lights. Tucks the inside and gets it done.
Between Alex coming out of the pits, it was 7 seconds. Now it's down to about 5.4.
And dropping.
Yeah. Possibility is Leonesi doesn't have to pit for maybe same as Alex doesn't have to pit till the fuel's empty.
Yeah.
It's kind of the way it's been going this race. Alex does 2 tire stints for every one Leonesi's been doing.
Yeah, it's like 2 to 3, isn't it? Kind of. So it's whether Alex can make the time back up in that second stint that Leonesi doesn't. Oh, and we're going to see our first back markers, I think. Ricky's come out just ahead of Alex, splitting the leaders.
See if he gets
Blue
out of the
flags
way.
waving. He's going to catch him along the straight, I think. So I think he's going to get past quite cleanly and actually get a little bit of benefit from that toe. Ricky pulls over.
He did gain time on Leonesi during
He hasn't
that.
stopped yet. Yep, and he lets him through.
Probably gained about several tenths on Leonesi there in the slipstream and stuff.
It's a good drive by Ricky.
Gemini in the pits. See if he comes out ahead of Coolio. I think he will. So he's kind of given up chasing Mr. Sean. Mr. Sean's still going.
In that 4th position. Sean and Anthony are kind of in that no man's land in 3rd and 4th, aren't they? Safe spots. Oh, it's going to be closer than I thought it was going to be coming around turn 1, but Gemini's kept ahead.
Both on soft tyres. Kalu's car's pretty fresh as well, so he can have a good stint here. Might possibility of getting 5th.
The battle goes on.
.5 seconds now. Alex is off Leonesi. Right behind him. I think Leonesi might have made a mistake.
See if I can spot anything. No, it didn't look like there's anything we can see in the replay. Must have been further around earlier around the lap. Now Alex is right on him again.
Well, within slipstream range for the top of Eau Rouge.
Go back on board. And we're an hour in. Alex has just set the fastest lap. That might help while he's caught Leonesi. He's got the toe. This is going to be an easy pass, I think. Leonesi's not going to fight it. And through he goes.
Yeah, Leonesi kind of gives that up.
Parks it on the apex. Job done.
Anthony's about 30 seconds back, and then Sean's about 30 seconds back, and then Gemini's about 30 seconds back from there.
So it's these two. Other than
between the two.
Yeah, go for it.
Two Japanese manufacturers, the Mazda and the Lexus. 1.5 seconds in it. 5th and 6th.
I'm just going to say that we had some kind of incidents in the early part of the race, but it's pretty clean from everyone for the rest of the race. We haven't seen any huge accidents or anyone causing any real damage to anyone else and impacting the race, which is good to see. Some of these drivers obviously race together regularly, but we've got a mix from a number of different communities, so it's always good when those drivers come together and everyone's able to race cleanly and fairly.
Yeah. Ganassi decides to pit. I think Alex can go a bit longer without pitting. So, I feel like they might go out of sync with their strategies. Possible Ganassi might still win it if his strategy works out better for like the last lap. We'll see how it goes.
And Anthony pits as well. I was wondering if he was going to catch them up, but he's gone straight into the pits as well. I'm surprised he's fallen back as much as he has. He's not been able to pull the two guys at the front in.
Yeah, big great qualifying lap. Pole position, I believe.
Yeah, there's only a couple of tenths in it on the pole lap as the Aston pits, goes for a long fuel stop. Mr. Sean comes in as well. And out goes the 100% fuel, so he's going to be going for a while. Maybe that's what's costing Anthony a little bit, is the extra weight in the car. Going for those full fuel stints, whereas the guys in first and second are just half filling, keeping the fuel light.
Not too sure if Khalil might actually get Sean here in the pits. It's going to be very close. Very, very close.
Gemini goes by.
Just about gets out ahead.
Sean comes in between the two of them. What happened to Kula? He was right up behind Gemini earlier, but he's dropped back.
Yeah, have a very slow sector too.
Alex is he going to come to the pits this time round? No, he stays out again.
Leonis is catching him, but not that quickly, so half a second he's taken out of him after hitting. So. Yeah, I don't think he's catching him as much as he needs to, though. Because Alex did have that advantage before Leonis went into the pits.
Dog with a very worse aware Audi, just getting hunted down by the leader. Blue flags waving, but I think he's got enough just for now to stay ahead, and he's got fresh tyres as well, so he's definitely want to make the most out of them until Alex catches him. A big slide from Alex as he comes around the chicane. Flashes the lights. I'm the leader, I'm coming through. Oh, and he makes a big mistake.
Yeah.
I think he managed to save it. Just
Cost
right
him
on
a lot
board.
of time. He's gonna have to pit soon, so
He just catches the carpet. It's a lucky save.
I'd say Leonis has taken, oh wow, that's a lot of time out of him.
That
In
mistake
corner.
here has really cost him. And it's still dropping.
Yeah. Still doesn't pass the back marker either.
No, I wonder if we had radio, we would be hearing dirt, yeah, dirt, yeah. And Alex pits. It must have been the tyres, the dirt, yeah. So here it is. How much did that cost him? That small mistakes is going to stay out in front. I'm on board with Nessie.
Alex is still in the pits, still in his pit box.
You can almost
I think they end up his pit.
looking over the wall. Oh, and they come up side by side. Nessie's going to have the
They'll
run.
have to
It's
drive
going
come down
to
the
pull
wall.
it past. But I think we're going to see another replay of what we've seen countless laps before. Well, Alex gets the run up the hill. Looking back from Leonessi. Alex is
will have to-
gaining, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. Look how close he gets under braking. He's right under his wing. Just a comfort downshift, I think, going round Pool on this time, and he's got him up the inside. He makes the move stick. Unless he's coming back at him again, though. Let's go back on board with that. But Alex is able to get a much better drive out of there. And just pulls away.
He's maybe in a spot to try and either get a move into the next corner, maybe pick up some slipstream to a Rouge.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to try and keep as close as he can through Eau Rouge and hope that he can get close enough to beat the power of that Ferrari up the hill. There's definitely still a fight on here.
Ferrari's still pedaling away in straights. So fast in straight line compared to the BMW.
Yeah, Alex is definitely carrying more speed through Eau Rouge, and maybe it's the confidence that Ferrari's giving him. And it's just able to keep him ahead down the straight.
Gemini pits. I feel like Gemini's been pitting the most out of all the drivers. I feel like he's definitely a pit stop maybe or two ahead of everyone else.
And all that fighting, now Anthony's managed to catch up a good 5 seconds, maybe a little bit more. He's only 20 seconds back from Leonessi now, so maybe his strategy is just starting to come into play a little bit, and being out on his own, no one in the way. there is a long way to go. We're well past D-Rec hour now. Some of these guys racing tonight are going to be racing again tomorrow.
Oh yeah. The main series. What we do?
Back with the leader, just catching the back markers. Is that Ricky? Yep.
Yeah, Ricky.
Just early unless he could catch some time.
Ricky should be going into the pits here, but
Ricky pulls out the way. Alex tucks it inside if he wants to go in the pits. No.
See how Linus gets past them.
I think in that BMW will probably want the extra boost. I don't know whether Ricky will give it to him. Who knows? He might pull out the way on the straight here.
Well, there's cars just come out ahead of him, so we might want to chase that down as well.
Is that both the Corvettes in 9th and 10th? It is.
Yeah, Elvis just out of the pits. Ricky probably needs the pit sooner though. But
Alex flashing the lights again at Elvis.
Both Alex and Linus are chasing down their back markers. So I think they both benefited from the two of the back markers in that straight, so cancelled each other out.
Yeah. The Corvette toe.
Yeah. Corvette stress. Oh, there goes Ricky.
Oh, Ricky. We're going to have to see a little replay of what that was. Just caught that.
I think it just fell on the grass in the exit of the corner, maybe.
Comes around. Does he catch it? Oh, he runs wide. Yep, onto the sand. And that is a resounding thud. I'm sure he'll hate me catching that as a highlight.
Yeah. We've seen it because he's, having a battle with the leaders as well.
There's the leader pressure.
Yeah.
Alex has managed to pull out 3.5 seconds in just this lap. Well, up to 3 seconds. It's about 1 second earlier.
Yeah, like 1.5 seconds before starting the lap. Seen the back markers, was expecting they didn't see the close up, but
he's still behind.
Yeah, he's still behind the second Corvette, or the leading Corvette. Next back markers for them just coming through turn 1 now, and they're just coming through the last corner, so maybe wait 3 or 4 laps.
Do they catch them?
Yeah.
It doesn't actually seem like Elvis is holding Nessie up at the moment. Wobble through a rouge.
Elvis is on, just come out of the pits, so his car's
got fresh tyres.
Yeah.
Is he going to let him pass here? Yeah, pulls over to the right. And Nessie breezes on through. Definitely benefiting from that double toe.
Yeah, but he definitely got about half a second back on Alex.
Yeah.
With that toe.
Take a quick run down the rest of the field. Anthony's in 3rd. Sean, we haven't seen much of Sean for a little while, in 4th. Actually quite closely followed by Gemini. This might be the closest battle on the track right now.
The cars are almost identical as well, so this is a proper battle for position.
Let's see if we can look back from Sean. Is Gemini going to catch him? Is that Mazda going to have the grunt along the straight? Sean keeping to the right hand side of the track. He's definitely worried about it. Goes defensive into the chicane. 11, X, as I was so nicely corrected. And I'll never forget the name of that corner now. I think Gemini's going to have a run on him by the time we get to the bus stop at latest.
These sort of corners now, I don't usually see overtakes happening here, so...
Now, unless someone makes a mistake and you get a little bit of a dive bomb into this right-hander. But Gemini's right on the back of him. He's being patient and he's waiting for the move, but he's definitely got more pace than Sean right now. Sean's going very defensive. That was a bit of a late squeeze. I think Gemini's going to get the move done. He's going to be on it around the outside. And he's pulled out a little bit of the gap into the bus stop. Coolio pits from 6th. See that Jägermeister Lexus. He's got quite a big gap, and so he's probably safe. Fuel goes on, and away he goes. Softs on, so we should see him maybe close up on the guys in front. A bit of a delayed exit, maybe a comfort brake. Let's go back with the leaders. Alex pits earlier than Nessie this time. Nessie stays out. How far back is Alex? Just falls behind one of the Corvettes, which will give him a bit of a tow up the hill once the tyres are warm. A little bit of a wobble through Eau Rouge as they warm up. Anthony pits as well from 3rd. Corvette pulls over, through he goes. Just 3.5 second gap, so that was just a quick tyre change and go. Be interesting to see if Nessie matches it or just stays out as he's been doing. We get to this phase where they kind of overlap a little bit with their tyre strategies.
Yeah, it feels like only a matter of flaps before Alex catches up to Nessie again. Seems like one of them is always catching the other. It's just back and forth.
Yes, it's about half a second, maybe a second this lap. Maybe more actually. I think it might even be, by the end of the lap we might be down to 1.5 seconds. Just really gonna... Oh, Nessie goes a little bit wide into the bus stop.
Jason's catching Elvis slowly, but it's 5 seconds last lap, 4 seconds now.
Yeah, Nipper's just pitted as well. Jason's bumped up into 8th. Ricky's sadly fallen away a little bit from the rest of the pack. Must have had a couple of incidents. And that rather Hulk-ish Corvette. Hazards flashing.
Oh, Awesome Alex has the lead. The start.
Cut back, see if we can catch it. Oh, yeah. I didn't think he'd be close enough up the hill, but he was. And then we have the pass for the lead again. He really made up the time there. He had I left it because he had about 1.5 seconds to catch up. And he's pulled 1.5 seconds already. A little bit wide. It's not costing him too much time.
He's just done the fastest lap and now he's setting purple sectors. So I find some really good pace.
It's about that second lap on the softs once they're warm. Seems to really find the pace and build the gap. Unless he pits.
Interesting. So far it looks like Alex might have the edge, but if Liam Nessie, I keep wanting to say Lionel Messi. But yeah, if Liam Nessie, if his strategy works out for the last minute better, then yeah, it might work for him. But we'll see. Sean just overtaken Ricky. Do you have my pit again?
Must have.
Yeah, because he's behind Sean.
Yeah.
Sean's pitting.
I think Sean's going to have quite a long pit stop here.
He'll probably fill up to the end here. I think Gemini will have to pit again.
These guys are still fighting for their team. I asked Kim how the other lobbies been getting on, but I haven't had any news yet.
Yeah. I can't check that or anything. You see, my girlfriend's got my phone, she took off in the kitchen with us, and I'm just like, I just feel the PlayStation and something like it.
Elvis pits from 7th.
In the other lobby.
Jason and Nipper go through.
James leads.
Thanks, Plux. I assume by James you
Gadget
mean
P2.
I'll just let Plux talk for himself if you guys can hear that. If you didn't catch it, Wheelie Slow.
Adventure Racing is James.
Wheelie Slow Adventure Racing, big time 4K subscriber YouTuber. James is leading in Tier 1, well not Tier 1, Lobby 1, with Gadget in P2 and Mung in P3.
Is Dawson in that race?
I think he had to pull out.
Alright.
He's battle
Tom's
between.
joined again.
Yeah. Come back for the last half hour. Looks like this battle between Jason and Nipperdog is heating up. Just go on board with Nipperdog. It's been slowly reeling Jason in over the last lap or so. Definitely looks as though Jason's tyres are starting to fall away.
Oh,
Slightly wide, and then Jason goes a little bit wide as well. But he keeps his foot in. We're going to see a move into the bus stop. Yes, we are. It cuts up the inside and makes the pass on Jason. That will give Jason the slipstream back up through Radion, Eau Rouge and Kemmel. Is he going to be able to make use of it?
Anthony's pitting again. Imagine he'll come out by himself though.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a lonely race in that last spot of the podium.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jason goes wide. Manages to rescue it.
Well, I feel like, well, Alex needs to pit. He does need to pit, but a few seconds from when Leonassi went into the pits, so I imagine he should be okay.
Let's check back on our leader.
Should be coming into the pits at the end of this lap.
Yeah, yeah. Alex pits. Let's go back on. Comes in again with 1% fuel. He's really managing that fuel at the moment well. He's getting the most out of those tyres that he can until the fuel runs out. I assume he's going to change it back again to softs.
I think he's got a guy ahead. Pretty sure.
29 seconds should have been enough.
And that's just coming
Let's
up to
see.
the start finish line.
Stay on board. We look back from Alex as he comes out of the pits. He's gone full fuel for the last half an hour. But yeah, he's still 3 seconds up the road with fresh tyres.
Then that's just probably got about 3/4 of the tank, so I think that should be it mostly, unless Alex stops for tyres, which he has been doing.
I think he's going to have to stop for tyres again, but it won't be fuel, it'll just be new boots and running. Whether Leonette has enough fuel to last until the end, I don't know. Just ride with Anthony for a little bit, give him... He's had a pretty clean race, other than the few dents that he's got in his Aston. Comfortable third position at the moment, providing he doesn't make any mistakes. That should be that step on the podium for him. Good points for the Aston team. Pits from 6th, but I think he's going to be far enough ahead of Nipperdog to keep that spot. Nipper runs wide.
Gemini should be coming into pits soon. Mr. Sean is about 26 seconds behind him, so I think that might be close. Maybe the next lap or two, see which one of those two comes out ahead.
How's Gemini and Sean doing on fuel?
Oh, Gemini's out of fuel, he's going to need the pit. Sean looks like he's got enough fuel to last him to the end, I think.
They definitely will come out pretty close together then.
Yeah.
I think with fuel 25 seconds is about the gap that you need.
With 24 minutes left, Gemini shouldn't need to fill up the full amount, but
it's going to be close. Is he going to pit this lap?
Yeah.
Good spot. He does. Let's go back to Sean. Oh, he's closer than I thought he was. I think they're both going to need to pit for tyres again, but fuel, they should be fine.
Sean just coming up to the left to the first corner now.
Gemini comes out the pits, and Sean's right up behind him. Is he going to get the run? I don't think he's quite close enough, but he probably will by the end of the hill. Will stay on board. Left, right through a rouge. Small lift. Does the Audi have the grunt against that Mazda? Gemini's actually pulling away.
That Mazda's really quick in the straights.
For a big four-door saloon car, it really is.
Yeah, it's like the Bentley of this game. That's what it is.
Absolute lump.
The Audi is terrible in a straight line.
Thanks, Plux. Sean's dropping back, he's not being able to keep up.
Two Astons side by side here. Oh. Jason and Anthony. First time we've seen the two Astons
Professional
beside
analysis
her.
there.
So I think that's the only driver I've seen where they've, so far in this race, where they've lapped their teammates.
See if Tracy can hold on to Anthony and see if he can get the best out of the Aston for the last 20 minutes. Oh, he puts on the grass, gets a small wobble. So the best analysis on this channel, Plux.
Gap's now up to 7 seconds between Alex and DNS with the lead, so it's probably about 4 seconds, about 2 laps ago.
Up with light skin tone. I meant my Audi comments.
I know you did, Plux. The Audi is not fast in a straight line, especially against that beast of a Mazda. Anthony is pulling Jason along and is helping him catch Elvis ahead. That gap was coming down. Just to say that, it's going back up again.
Was it 3.5 now?
Yeah.
Last time I looked it was 4 seconds, so I was at the very start of the lap, so looks like Jason might be trying to get 7th place off Elvis.
His teammate can tow him along, but it looks like Anthony's just gone in the pits. Yes, he has.
I got kicked from this race.
He's got 20 seconds behind the leaders, about 40 seconds ahead of 4th place.
Oh, hi Tom. Sorry to hear that you got kicked. Shame not to have you. It looked like you were going quite well. But we've lost a couple along the way, so I think the internet isn't great for everyone. Whilst Jason goes very wide through Eau Rouge.
I think Tom was actually the highest, ranked driver on the mediums whenever he disconnected. So yeah, it's quite a shame.
Yeah, Tom, Flapjack and I had high hopes for you in the Mazda. Jason's definitely
okay. 1-0 to 4th T1. MOT grin.
Jason's definitely catching Elvis now. He's brought the gap down to just over 2 seconds. That's a second in the last lap. Maybe that lap behind Anthony has shown him the line that he needs. If he can get himself within slipstream range by the end of the lap, he's got a good chance of 7th place here. So he runs a bit wide, but holds it together. No. Oh, Jason. Onto the grass. Back in the fly-mo.
Can I watch a replay of this stream?
Yes, Tom, yes you can watch a replay of the stream. Once it's finished it should stay up. And I think Flapjack, you'll be doing a highlights video as well?
Yes, I will be taking all the clips I've been saving for outs and putting them into my next video, so just a bit more bite-sized.
Yep. I don't think anyone wants to watch a 2-hour video again.
Yeah.
So yes, you'll have a replay.
And maybe if some of the people who are watching the first lobby, they can watch the highlight video later.
Yeah.
So it'll happen in the second one.
Thanks for streaming.
No problem. It's the most use this Twitch channel's had in a long while. Hopefully.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah. Hopefully those that have watched it are enjoying it. Elvis pits, so Jason's gone up to 7th. A minute back from Coolio, so he's definitely now going to be looking backwards for the rest of the race.
Jim Knife's pulling away from Sean. Coolio's in the wee world of his own.
It's very
Never
good.
dog,
You
might-
should do some of the official videos for
in the
the
last
R.
15 minutes, close down Jason. Yeah, I believe you will. Wasn't Jason just behind Elvis?
Yeah, I think Elvis just pitted, so he'll be on fresh rubber for the last stint. I can't see him needing to pit again. Do you think Jason will need to pit again on his tyres? He's looking a little bit
Less.
slidey.
Yeah, left side of his car looks a bit worn down.
As,
Can you imagine 50 minutes later, twice
Yeah.
that.
as the leader pits,
What are your names,
We've got
guys?
Nipper Dog. I mean, he's taken 8/10 out of him. Proud last 2 sectors of this lap, so he might catch Albon.
yeah,
But yeah, Alex just comes out ahead of
just
Ganassi.
comes out. Oh, let's ride on board. It's a tiny, tiny gap between the two of them. This is probably the closest we're going to get the two leaders for a little while.
For the last 15 minutes, these two have pretty much been just in the out to see who can win this.
Yeah, the last hour and a half, I think, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's been these two at the front. They've been about this close most of the race, other than when their pit stops aren't aligned. And we're still a second in it, with 15 minutes to go. As Alex runs a little bit wide into the hairpin, down into turn 11. Ix. I think he's got the pace though to just keep Nessie at bay for now. Barring a mistake, he might have this.
Yeah, it's much fresher tyres. I'm not even sure if Leonassi makes it for fuel here, but we'll see. It's definitely not going to finish third.
No, I think that spot's been Anthony's for about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
He's had that sewn up. He pulled the gap to the rest of the field and then just slowly dropped back. I think maybe a small
He's
strategy error on the fueling has cost him, because he's not off the pace.
He's actually set the fastest middle sector as well, so...
Just now,
might
this
get
lap?
fast. Yeah, might just nick. Let's see if he does it in this final sector, he might get fastest lap.
Let's stay on board then.
He's in the slipstream of someone as well, so...
Yeah, he's got an Audi in front of him. Let's assume that that's Nipper Dog.
It is. Oh no, 6/10 off.
He's lost it in the third
Dirty
sector.
air.
Yeah, it's the dirty air.
Leonassi does pit, so it's kind of secured him second place.
Yeah. Oh, and just to definitely end that fastest lap, Anthony runs wide into the bus stop. I thought I was going to get challenged by Nipper Dog then. But he tucks back inside.
Still looks like he's thinking about it. Well, Nipper Dog's really trying to catch up to... I thought it was Jason. Jason's pitted.
Jason's pitted. We thought he might have to,
Yeah.
and he has. He's now trying to stay ahead of Jason. Yeah. I think third place is sewn up, and sixth place is probably as well, with Coolio, who's a minute ahead of Nipper Dog and 30 seconds behind Sean. But Sean just pits actually, with
That's
only
a surprise.
with only a little bit of fuel left, so there might be a chase here still on for 5th.
I don't think he should have to fuel too much. We'll see how it goes, but
Shane
he shouldn't
McLaren
take that
wasn't
much
used
fuel.
instead
Only
of
like 11
Lexus.
minutes to go. It's probably about 6 laps.
Oh, and Coolio pits as well. We've got a run in the pits in the last 10 minutes. We've got 3 cars in. Sean comes out. He's dropped back from Gemini. Are we waiting for Gemini to pit as well, maybe in the next lap or so? Everyone going for the softs right at the end. And Tom, in answer to your earlier question, I'm Berkey, otherwise known as Donuts for Donuts, and co-commentator for this one is Flapjack. Both members of the drivers' room. Be good to see you again.
Alex is 4/10 up on the best lap.
Let's go back on board with the leader then. 4/10 up in sector 1. He might have had a bit of a tow from the Lexus.
Okay, cool. Nice to meet you.
He's already got fastest lap, but is he going to try and make it better?
Nipper Dog. Jeez. Jason's right on the back of Nipper Dog in 7th.
I want to watch that instead. Oh, he's very close.
Okay, MR Tom Nixon on Discord. Need to change my username here.
I don't know how that happens. Because there's a big difference.
Yeah, Nipper must have made a mistake. Because Jason's right behind it. There was about an 8-second gap. But that is about the gap you want. As we look back from Nipper Dog.
As you can probably guess, I'm Flux on Discord.
I was late out home.
Oh, and Jason really gets the move done in the last 10 minutes. Let's go back and watch. I'm watching that again. That was a good move. So let's watch from Jason. He looks like he's a bit of a way back, to be honest. He just sends it under the brakes, straight up the inside. A little bit of a tap on the way through, but gets it done.
Alex going to the pits. He did.
Hi, Flux.
Alex is in the pits.
I can watch it again, even.
The NS is staying out. Alex in the pits.
Oh, a small nudge, but he was clean through.
I think Leonesi might come out ahead. We'll see.
Oh, Alex has gone back in the pits. We weren't expecting that.
No.
Nessie's coming through the bus stop. Alex is fueling up. Is he going to come out ahead?
I think he will. Yeah. He's leaving the pits now.
And yep, he's pulled out ahead. He's managed to get that gap that he needed. And now it's just the drive to the line.
Maybe he wants a faster lap.
Just make sure that he's definitely...
It's lap 44, he pitted last. And that's lap 47. So.
Yeah, that's a short run on the tyres. There's Anthony pits as well. Maybe he wants the fastest lap now. He's going for softs, low fuel. A little bit of fuel on board.
Gemini's going to need the pit here as well. 7 minutes till the end, and there's 4 people in the pits right now.
I'm surprised. I thought there would be. I thought we'd be done.
Yeah.
But
So
proves what I know.
Yeah. So we'll see if Sean can catch Gemini here. I think he will. It was 32 seconds before Gemini went in, so I think he'll come out ahead of
He
Sean.
might have just enough, yeah. Should do. Sean doesn't pit. It's a lot of fuel. It's gone up to 69% with only 6 minutes left. These cars must be a lot thirstier than I think they are.
Yeah, I think the fuel was ×4. Yeah, it was ×4. I've never driven with that much.
Have we just lost 2 more drivers? Emoji person face palming with light skin tone. Emoji male sign.
No, we're still on 10 drivers, Tom. We lost too early. I think you were the last one to go of the 13 that we started with. We check my driver list. We lost. Who did we lose? We lost Gavin in the Ferrari first. That was lap 1. We lost yourself, and we lost Dragonheart as well. And Rockboy was the driver that never made the start line.
Yeah.
And the other BMW.
Yeah.
I think someone left it on T1 hairpin.
Before the lobby opened or something. I think the Nessie but they couldn't get him added. Oh well.
A car was stopped for a few laps.
Yeah, that was Gavin. He just seemed to have left it on turn 1. He mentioned something about the start time, and then that was it. I don't know if there was a mix-up somewhere. It was a shame.
But apart from that, everyone did the full race. Full 2 hours.
Yeah, well done to some of these drivers. I know some of them are new to the game or haven't had much experience with it, and especially driving on wheels or on pads. But sticking out for 2 hours, it's more than I was willing to do.
Yeah, I think like in real endurance races, like they change the drivers like every hour. So they did very rarely put a driver in for 2 hours. So yeah, it's quite a long time.
And most of these guys are in cars they've not driven before.
Yeah, definitely, because of the random grids. Yeah, so we've got Alex by 8 seconds ahead of Nessie.
Yeah.
50 seconds behind him, 30 seconds ahead Gemini. And then Sean, the World Zone. Helio, again, sort of like by himself. Elvis was Jason, about 1.6 seconds behind him, so Jason's caught up again. And Nipper Dog is now a second behind Jason, so the battle for 7th is still on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Nipper Dog was we saw Jason go past Nipper Dog with that great dive bomb at the end of the straight,
Yeah.
end of the Kemble straight, and he's managed to keep that ahead. And yeah, there's all 3 cars in the battle for 7th in a line.
About 3 seconds splitting them for 7th place.
No teammates, which is always good. You know that no one's gonna stop someone else.
Pick sides.
Or Jason, I was riding on board with Nipper as Jason goes for the move up the inside. If he gets it stopped, park it on the apex. He's going to hold that. Yeah, very nice.
Nipper has the best tyres here, and Elvis has the worst, so
I think we're going to see them both go past Elvis here.
yeah.
He's dropping back from Jason straight away. Obviously can't get the power down as... Oh, Nipper Dog goes a little bit wide into it. As he gets a penalty for his trouble. Look back from Elvis. Snipper ducks to the right and drives on by. Small nudge on the entrance. I think that was fine. Snipper goes on the chase after Jason now. see that officer's tyres have really had the best out of them. He's dropping back. He's the second back already. 2 seconds back already.
This is the penultimate lap so far. Like, could probably get this lap and one more.
Yep.
For 7th place.
How's our leader doing? Yeah, he'll be on his last lap as well.
So 51 laps.
Oh, big mistake on that last lap into Eau Rouge, catching him out. We haven't seen him make a mistake though for the whole race, and he does in the final lap. It's got a 10-second gap, so it should be.
Never dogs. We're side by side here coming into last corner.
Back on with him. Oh, a small nudge. He pushes him wide. Gonna follow that, but we're gonna watch that again. Let's go on board with Nipperdog. He goes left. And he's alongside Jason, and a small nudge. That sends Jason a little bit wide, and through he goes. It's not the cleanest move we've seen all day.
It was a bit of a rough overtake, yeah. But
let's not judge how bruised that Audi is.
It's probably been through doors already.
I think Jason's going to get a run at him here though.
Yeah.
Through Eau Rouge. Nipper gets a bit sideways. So you get a move done again. Oh, he thinks about it. Oh, and he runs wide. Oh, Jason. That was so close. You could see him thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, he almost did what he did the last time.
Nipper shut the door, but I think that's probably that battle.
It's coming through the last corner now.
Back onto the leader as he's about to take the win. 2 hours, and he's done it, and he does a ceremonial donut. Closely followed by Nessie. Actually, he's not too far behind in the end. Takes second place. Is that Ricky coming across the line? Yep. In 10th. Follow Anthony in. Sean and Coolio have already finished. So it looks like third's going to go the way of Anthony, with Gemini taking up 4th.
Yeah, and Nipper Dog's definitely edged out Sean for 7th.
Who gets the prize for best livery?
Put that to the group vote as Anthony comes across the line, followed by Nipper Dog, and then Jason there after that great move right at the end of the Kenmore Straight. He couldn't make it stick.
Great job for
Mazda. And then Gemini coming across in 4th.
Thought that went quite well.
Yeah, it was good. And that's it, your winner. Awesome Alex, Leonessi 2nd, and Anthony 3rd. There's the man himself. Alright, cheers for watching everyone. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sure we'll do this again sometime.
Great race. Well done, lads. MOG thumbs up.
Bye bye.
So yeah, so thanks Martin, thanks for watching. We'll probably do this again, so I'll make sure you guys know, and I'll put it out on the stream. But from me and from Flapjack, thanks a lot.
I hope so.